You're so vain. You'll probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. Have you met vain people? People who are self-absorbed. The big word is narcissistic. They only think about themselves and they don't care about other people. And if you've got people like that in your life, my question is always, why would you have them? Because they're not interested in you. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So how do you get rid of them? And why do people become so narcissistic, so self-absorbed? Now, the behavioural scientists, the experts of how humans or how and why humans do stuff, there's a group of them have got together and come up with 4 different kinds of humans, and I quite like the way they've put it together, so I'll share it with you. The first kind of human being is, I would call, a gorgeous, generous, beautiful person. So somebody who looks after themselves and they look after other people. A person who everything they do is designed to make sure that they are healthy, fit, strong, loving their life, and they want other people to be the same. So it's self-respect and respect for other people. The second kind of person is that self-absorbed narcissist who does everything for themselves but nothing for other people. So number 1, everything for yourself and for other people. Number 2, everything for yourself but nothing for other people. The third kind is really interesting, and I'm sure you've met these kinds of people as well. They're the people that do nothing for themselves, supposedly, and everything for everybody else. So they sacrifice their own life for other people. They're martyrs, they're victims. I put in 110% effort and nobody notices. I sacrificed my entire life for you. I gave up my job for you. Everything I do is for you. And it sounds unselfish and beautiful. But I'll use the analogy of the plane. If you've ever travelled on a plane, you would have heard, in the case of an emergency, a mask will fall out of the ceiling, an oxygen mask. Please get yourself breathing first, because if you're not breathing, you can't help anybody else. You can't help your own kids, you can't help your grandparents, you can't help anybody if you're dead. So if you're not looking after you, you can't look after other people. You end up all bitter and twisted and angry because your life is terrible, even though you've been trying to make everybody else's life amazing. And I use the example of parents there, which I've got to be very careful and respectful because I don't have children. But a lot of parents share with me, I do everything for my children. But my question is always, what example are you then giving your children? Because then they will do everything for their children, and then that perpetuates into, I don't have the life I want because I do everything for other people. One of my favourite quotes when it comes to parenting is, it's not what you do for your children, it's who you become for your children. Wouldn't it be awesome that your kids want to be like you? They want to live your life because you're healthy, fit and strong, you've got a career or business that you love, you're financially free, you've got only great people in your life, you only accept respectful people into your life, so you're living the example for your children so they know that it's possible to have a great life. That's always my request, and I don't think you can do that. Well, you can't do that. How can you possibly do that if everything you do is for other people? The fourth kind of person's interesting, and I'll just use the exact words that the behavioural scientists use. They call them stupid people. Stupid because they add no value. They're not doing anything for themselves, and they're certainly not adding any value to the world. So the first group, respectful of yourself, respectful of other people, do things for you, do things for other people. Second group, narcissist, self-absorbed group, which is do everything for yourself and nothing for anybody else. The third group is do everything for everybody else and nothing for yourself. The fourth group is do nothing for yourself and nothing for anybody else. So you're not healthy, you're not fit, you've got a lousy, stinking, rotten job, you're broke, and you have horrible people in your life, so you're not doing anything to make your life better. But you're also not adding any value to the world. So the job that you do doesn't add value. You could be a thief, you could be a cheat, you could treat people badly and disrespectfully, so you're not doing anything for anybody else either. Interestingly, of course, we are humans, not animals or trees or plants. So we get to choose which kind of person we want to be. There's a lot of argument in the scientific academic group of people who say, well, are you born as a nice person, or can you choose to be a nice person? Are you born as a nice person, or does your upbringing create you or turn you into a nice person? And of course, there's lots of argument happening in that arena because there's lots of people that have had terrible childhoods that are still beautiful people, and there's lots of people that have had beautiful childhoods that turn out to be horrible people. I just like the idea that we get to choose. I don't want to think that anything in my life is predetermined. I would like to be in control of everything that I do. I want to be a self-respectful person who looks after me, is healthy, fit and strong, has a great career, is financially free and has great people in my life, and I want to inspire other people to do the same. How about you? So isn't it great we get to choose? If we've chosen to be a stupid person, which is not look after ourselves and not add any value to the world, then I think the only added layer of stupidity on that is that you whinge, moan and complain about it, because you don't have to be that kind of person. If you're whinging, moaning and complaining that your life's terrible and you're not adding any value to the world, that's one of those things that we can actually change. So I think that, wouldn't it be lovely if we could just be the living example for the people in our lives who we love? So our kids can see it's possible, our friends and family can see it's possible, the people that are on our team, if we've got a business, can see it's possible, that you can live your life exactly the way you want to. You don't have to be self-absorbed, you don't have to be mean or nasty, you don't have to be a horrible person. You can actually choose to be a beautiful person. And what a way to live your life. Could that be living your life to the max? Woohoo! Super duper doo! How are you? Living your life to the max. Yeah, yeah.